Chapter 33. Dick Powell searched thoroughly around the office for the script of The Conqueror to no avail. Then he searched desperately. Then fiendishly. Nothing. The jarring bells of the rotary phone served to break him out of his spell. He looked around briefly before picking up the receiver, wondering where his secretary was. "Hello," he answered. "Well, well, well." The Duke's gravelly country warble came through the static. "Glad you're there, Pally Powell. I didn't come in yesterday for the reading 'cause—" Dick interrupted. "Doesn't matter, Hoss. Why don't you come in today? We can go over the script. Talk about your incentives, maybe." "You know what, Pilgrim?" Powell said nothing. Mr. Wayne continued. "I don't think so. But I do want to say thanks to your apprentice there for getting me into town last night. Had one hell of a time." Powell shook his head. "My apprentice? I don't... Never mind. You're sure I can't persuade you to even stop by for just a second?" Grumbling, incoherent noises came as a response. Dick shook his head. "Tell you what, John. You don't want to drive in today? I'll pick you up." "I don't know. I don't feel so great." "What is it? You hungry? Lunch is on me." Duke answered. "Oh, Lord. I can't think about food." "Why not?" For a moment, there was hesitation. Then Dick realized that the Duke's low voice wasn't sickness. John Wayne was embarrassed. "I'm hungover," he said. Dick glanced at his empty office, then out of his grimy window at the gorgeous, warm California afternoon. "No prob. I've got the ultimate cure." "What would that be?" "Well, golf, of course." Hours and hours later, Dick Powell and John Wayne re-entered RKO Studio executive offices feeling refreshed and relaxed. The Duke propped his feet up on the coffee table, leaning back and folding his hands behind his head. "Ah!" Powell exclaimed excitedly. "My secretary must have found it while we were out." He handed Mr. Wayne the thick white parchment of script known as The Conqueror. Although tired, the Duke felt much better, and found himself in good enough mood to give Dick Powell and his RKO Studios another chance. Yet more time passed as Dick nervously smoked cigarettes and drank black coffee while the Duke studied the proposed film. It was difficult for the studio executive to get a read on the famous Western star. Eventually, however, John Wayne rolled up the script, gently placing it on his lap. "So?" Dick asked. The Duke stood, stretching with a grin on his face. "All right, Pilgrim. If the part's open, you've got yourself a lead actor.